Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to show you how to prepare ribs without an oven. Des is making coffee, so I'm going to let her get that done. And then I'm going to go right into the ribs. I'm setting up now. Des, can you make the coffee?
Yes.
Okay, here.
Okay,
and I'm going to go right into
this. Step out again.
I'm going to go right into the ribs. So if you don't have an oven, you can still make delicious ribs. And I'm going to show you how. I try to keep everything prepared, everything ready. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I'm going to start it off high because I'm really braising. I'm only braising right now. I'm going to go ahead and add some chili pepper flakes, granulated garlic, parsley, and barbecue spice. Now we're also going to add some fresh garlic and onion along the way. I'm not ready for the garlic yet, but I will be soon. So just let them braise good on both sides, the ribs. One pack for me. So just again, you're only braising, so turn them over. You want to get a nice crust before we take the ribs to the long cooking stage. And I'm going to tell you guys, these are some delicious ribs. I made them for the first time for Des about a week or so ago, and she wanted more. She loved them so much. So get a nice crust on them, both sides. Add your spices on the other side. And let them go for a while. Red pepper flake, gets me every time. So we're going to let this continue for about 2 minutes. And in the meantime, I'll begin to prep the garlic. We're going to cut the garlic pretty thin. Just go as thin as you can get it, because we want to infuse the garlic into the ribs early. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this as thin as I can get it. And then chop it. you guys saw that I lost the garlic clove. I'll get it later. Okay. Again, cut the garlic as thin as you can get it. If you can't get it thin enough, just chop it a bit afterwards. But when you cut it thin enough, the garlic almost dissolves. And the infusion is pretty awesome. Whoa, there you go. That's what you're looking for right here. This is what you're looking for. I don't want to put the fan on high because these peppers are causing me to cough. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take some of these out now. Go ahead and just brush the garlic in. Like so. Stir it around a bit, stir it just a little bit. At this point, I'll introduce just a little butter. That is butter, people, not margarine. Butter. Let's get some butter, just a little, to work with the garlic a bit. There we go. So already the infusion of flavors are amazing. I mean, we're just in we're probably in 5 minutes, 7 minutes, but the infusion of flavors, oh my goodness. Odessa, hand me some basil from the garden, some fresh basil. And you can give me 1 oregano leaf, please. So right now, we're going to throw in, one that's already done. We're going to throw in some fresh herbs at this point. We're going to infuse the fresh herbs in it. Now you use the herbs of your choice. People use rubs, seasonings. You use whatever it is that you think you need to achieve your desired taste. Okay, we have some fresh herbs. We're going to rinse them with distilled water, although they're pretty clean already. Okay, so this is oregano from our herb garden. I'm sorry, I need a little bit more basil than that. Just double that. You want to towel dry this here oregano. I'm going to stack some of this that's ready and allow some of these other 2 pieces to get caught up. you. Now that was oregano. This is fresh basil. We're going to clean this really fast. Then we're going to towel dry both. After they're towel dried, oh yeah, oh yeah. Look at that sear. Look at that sear. That's what we're looking for. Okay, I'm going to combine these fresh herbs and I'm going to chop them together. Just cut them. You're not looking for minced. It doesn't have to be minced, just chopped. And then just liberally sprinkle them over the ribs, because I'm going to toss and turn these guys one more time. Just make sure you turn them over. Get all the flavors infused. The butter's working, the olive oil's working. We started with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm sorry, I think I skipped that part. So we started with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're infusing all these herbs. This step is incredibly important because basically the ribs are going to simmer for a very long time. But you need this crust and you need this infusion. This infusion is what's going to make these ribs. Where's the wet towel? Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. Clean as you go, as always. You guys that know, you know that cleaning as you go really makes your life easier in the kitchen. Clean as you go. Especially when you're working from a condo, a very small kitchen without an oven. Alright, so the flavors are pretty much infused. I'm going to rock and roll it just for a minute. You really watch it when you fire this puppy up. I'm firing her up now. In fact, I'm going to throw these guys back in. Everything's in. Okay, guys. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the coffee, Jess. That's an amazing cup of coffee. Guys, if you're looking for a great cup of coffee, oh my goodness. You gotta try this Kickstart. It's fresh beans. We chop the beans over there and we process the beans and we make the coffee fresh. We try to drink it just 2 days a week. I can't drink coffee every day. Alright. Let's plate these puppies up and prepare for the next step. The next step is important, guys. I know we're accustomed to sauteing onions together with the meat, but we want these onions to really produce flavor. So we're going to saute them slow in the pan and let them infuse with these other aromas that's already in the pan. There's a lot going on right here in this pan, guys. But look at the braise on these ribs, guys. This is what you want. If you don't have an oven to work with, This is how you're going to come out with beautiful ribs. And of course, you're not going to destroy them with store-bought sauce. I'm going to show you a quick and easy, delicious barbecue sauce that tastes better than pretty much anything you get off the shelf. And of course, it's healthier. Okay, so these ribs are ready for stage 2. I can get some of these herbs out of my way. I won't be using these again. Some of them later on in the process. But most of them not yet. We'll bring this cutting board back over here and we'll prepare the onion. Hey guys, you choose the onion of your choice, but I'm telling you, these Spanish onions are amazingly sweet here in the Philippines. They're not easy to find. When you can get them, if you want to guarantee to get them, go to Landers in Cebu City. Landers are going to have them. They have them all the time. We're going to cut this onion. It's already washed. I need to cut some of this brown out of the onion. Not that it'll hurt a whole lot, but I just want it to be fresh and sweet. Fresh ingredients key to almost cooking anything. It really is. You have fresh ingredients, you have a good beginning to tasty food. Okay, so the onion's going to be cut. Be clean as I go. We're going to get these onions in this pot, and we're going to saute them on low. I like cutting them thin. I could cut better than this, but this knife, all along the edges here, are sharp in the Philippines. In America, these knives are rounded off here. So when you go up and down, your fingers are safe here. But with this knife, if I go up and down, I'm cutting this part of my finger. I learned that through trial and error. So I have to be really careful and cut really slow until I get a better quality chef knife, because I certainly don't want to get any of those little cuts while I'm cooking. Okay, let's get these guys. Let's get these guys going. You know what you're going to add? A little more butter. Not a lot. I'm going to add a little butter. Okay. I'm going to have a few chunk onions in there as well. Just a few. Guys, this aroma. See, you have to remember, all the essence of the flavors are in this pan already. I mean, come on guys. If you want good tasting food, it's not easy finding it in a restaurant. A restaurant is hit or miss. Not to mention the cost. When you buy at the grocery store and cook yourself, you're getting what you want. You get better each time you make the product. You just keep at it. You keep at it. A little trial and error sometimes. But this is pretty simple. It really is. We braised the meat. We sauteed, we seasoned the meat, braised the meat. We sauteed the onions. We're going to combine everything back together. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, guys. This is it here. This is it. This is it. Let's get that butter going. As I said earlier, we're going to combine a little bit more butter. No margarine, please. Butter. We're going to let that simmer. Don't even let the dark brown bits and pieces scare you, because that's nothing but flavor. Nothing but flavor. Now this here onion will cook a little longer. I'm going to cook it nice and slow. We're just letting this caramelize, people, and you can see it happening before your eyes. I hate that I'm going to make this video long, but I want you to see the entire process. I'm going to let this cook with the video rolling for about 25 minutes, because it doesn't. That's all it takes to get tender, juicy, flavorful ribs. Oh my goodness! You're going to thank me for it when you make it, especially with the knowledge of not knowing that you don't have an oven. There's all kinds of things you can do without an oven. I made these 2 days ago. These are perfectly normal, very tasty brownies. You can make brownies without an oven. Just have to know the tricks to the trade. If you have a big balcony, put a nice little grill and cook outside. It's okay. Just make sure that the rules don't prohibit grills, outdoor grills, and practice safety. Keep the grill away from your walls, away from any flammables outside. Extinguish the fire each and every time, 100%. But there's ways around. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sweet onions, baby. They didn't need anything. The only thing that I would put in there, just a drop. I don't know if you have access to it, but you can use any wine. This is my homemade wine. The part that I use for cooking, I just keep it in a container in a refrigerator. So I just put my homemade wine in here, just a drop, just a couple of tablespoons worth, to finish off the onions, because at this point we're putting the ribs in. All right. Put them in there, fit them all in there, get them in there, because you're going to cover the ribs. Oh my goodness, these are going to be amazing. I'm telling you. I know, boiled ribs are normally not the answer. So that's why you're braising. That's why you're taking all these other steps. Because you're going to have the desired result. Your ribs are going to taste better than some folks' ribs that they're cooking on a grill or in the oven. Let's get all that essence, people. We want all of it. We're going to cook it. Just a little rare. We're going to cook it down. Let's get all that essence, people. One thing, before I add the water, is a good quality coarse sea salt. This is the brand that I use, local brand. McCormick is here. McCormick coarse sea salt. I get it from Robinson's, and they also have it at Metro. I don't have to go to Landers for this. So just finish it off. with a few pinches of coarse sea salt. Man, I can't wait till technology exists that you could smell aromas through the video. Because when that happens, oh my goodness, you're probably going to go to the store and get the ingredients and cook this today. So, what we're going to do is take distilled water again. Notice I said distilled. I use clean water, guys. I don't want to use... Some people say, well, if you're boiling the water, it's okay. All right, to each his own. You basically, what you want to do is you want to cover the ribs. And you might have to move some things around, lay some things down, because you're going to cover the ribs best you can. Let's get this guy here on the side. And if you don't cover each rib, just make sure that you're turning them, because you're going to reduce it all the way down, but you want these jokers to cook. A little secret to tender ribs is a little bit of white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. This right here is vinegar with the mother. Let's get a little more for good measure. This is actually homemade vinegar with the mother. You can make your own, or just go look on YouTube. There's many videos out there on how to make it. You use that for cooking, and these guys are just going to go. I don't expect you to stay here now. You know, you could fast forward it to the end, do whatever, but I want you to literally see this time stamped. I want you to see this process from start to finish. I gotta wash this cutting board because I'm gonna put some vegetables on it. I'll be right back. I'm right here at the sink, because what we're gonna have with this is we're gonna have cabbage, ribs, cabbage, and probably baked potato. I wanted to make some potato salad, but I'm out of mayonnaise, so I might just do baked potato. I don't know where my sous chef is. I might have to get another sous chef. Sous chef's supposed to be washing as I go. I don't know where she is. Sous chef, your break is over. All right, we have a clean and sanitized board. Let's dry this off with this towel. Let's put this damp towel underneath to keep it from sliding. And I'm just using this so that you can see the process, that's all. This is already cleaned and dry. Get some of the brown out. There we go. Yep. Just cut around the core. Whenever you're doing cabbage, just cut around the core. It's easy. Half of the top you keep. So we're going to go ahead and ready this cabbage. I'm just putting this here for now because I need cutting board space. Ooh, let's get some of that brown off the top. I know some people don't really care, but for the sake of the video, let's keep it nice. I'm gonna cut this cabbage in about 1 by 2 inch pieces. Sorry guys, I'm not on a metric system. Okay. Let's transfer this to the pot. Like so. Take this next piece. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I love the way this is looking. I love the way this is looking. Oh, my sous chef is back. Hey, Des.
Wow, so yummy. Wow, my master chef is very, very good.
Oh yeah.
Yummy, yummy.
We gonna make these puppies very tender, very
I love
tender.
you, man. I'm so proud of you, man. I love you.
Love you too.
I love you. I'm so glad that I have you in my heart.
Oh yeah. We're
My
going.
chef.
You
My
once you told me you love these ribs, I said, I
course.
gotta make them again for you.
Yeah, very yummy.
And this time we're sharing it with our viewers.
Wow.
I mean, why not?
Wow, I'm so happy. With
Put this butter back.
rice. With fresh rice.
Oh, of course. I didn't even mention the fresh rice.
Oh yeah, that's very
That goes without saying. That's always in this house. That rice cooker gets a workout. That rice cooker. Okay, so with these, I'm going to show you a quick way to make some tasty cabbage. What you don't want to do with cabbage is boil it. You're boiling all of the minerals, vitamins. You're boiling all that out of it. Don't boil them. You're going to saute them, but first you're going to make some bacon. You're going to get yourself some bacon. You're going to cook the bacon, put the bacon in the pot. Like so. Okay. I know this pot's clean, but I just want to rinse it again. With some distilled water. Alright. Let's get this guy fired up. Okay, this will keep us occupied for a minute. Well, actually a lot longer than that, but let's find some bacon down here in the refrigerator. Okay, we have our bacon. Open this bacon up. And basically onion, garlic, bacon. You don't need, and salt and pepper. You don't need a lot of ingredients when you're doing cabbage. This is your bacon. I'll give you a bit better angle of this soon. This is good quality bacon. Be careful here in the Philippines to not buy the bacon that hasn't been cured. There's bacon, a lot of bacon here is not cured, and it's just going to taste like bland pork. But basically, most of the bacon here in the Philippines is organic. It's like vegetable fed. It's not like in the States where we feed the pork garbage, leftover stuff. These guys eat banana leaves and other vegetation. And they're kept in a clean environment. They're not kept in a mud puddle. So, another thing is, they prepare the food at a much younger age. It's prepared at a much younger age. A good friend of mine, he's like my cousin to me, Dennis Harris, he told me that. Because I didn't realize it when I was here years ago in the 80s, briefly, with the Marine Corps. I guess as a 19, 20-year-old, you don't really think about things like that. So you're not cooking this bacon all the way. What you're doing is just creating flavor, that's all. You're creating flavor, nothing else. Get a little bit of olive oil in there. Get a little olive oil. There we go. We're just tossing and turning that around, guys. Now this is about what you want. That's how much cook. This little bit of grease that's in there, that's seasoning for the cabbage. You don't drain that out. Leave that in there. And you introduce the cabbage to the pot of bacon. Okay. Now before we add any liquids to this, we're going to just fry it. We're going to fry it. Let me get my non-stick spoon. There we go. That's all. We're just going to fry it. We're going to use a different technique for the onion. Once it's reduced, we're going to introduce and incorporate onion and just let the whole onion itself infuse into the cabbage. I'm not in a rush to really get into the garlic powder, granulated garlic, or the pepper seeds. We're going to do all that later. And back to the ribs, don't forget you may have to, depending on how much water you put in here, you just want to cover it. You don't want to put extra water. You just don't. See how it's maintaining its integrity? These ribs have been well braised and they're maintaining their integrity. I will never insult you guys with boiled ribs. These ribs have been through a process that is consistent with the taste of more traditionally made ribs. I always have to make this personal disclosure. Dessa cooks way more than I cook. It's just that sometimes we get something American or something specialty and I'll be the one to cook. But we eat a lot of Filipino food, traditional food, and even some exotic foods. Woman, that's a great cup of coffee. That's I'm telling you, this coffee, you make a good cup of coffee. You really do. All right, so the cabbage is probably reduced by about 30%, and that's about where you want to be. And right now we're going to get us some onion and some other seasonings to season the cabbage with. So I don't need the big giant onion, but I will take almost half of this. Whoa, those ribs are rocking and rolling, guys. You see it, right? I'm going to actually need more than half because the middle of this onion is somewhat soft. And again, I don't need to mess around with product that's not exactly the way I want it to be. Okay, see now this is all pure, strong, ripe, not overripe onion. And that's what you need. The onion actually has one of the highest bacteria counts of all foods known to man. That's why, if some of you guys remember, in middle school during biology class or in 6th grade, we would look at an onion through a microscope, and we were being introduced to different organisms, and the bacteria would clearly show during these classroom instructions in middle school, show us, the different bacteria in onion. So onion, if you're making potato salad, things of that nature, it's probably best to use granulated garlic. Garlic has a high bacteria count as well. It's best to use for tuna salads, cold salads, to use the granulated stuff, the dried stuff, because it's real onion, it's real garlic, but it's not going to go bad. If you're into eating leftovers, it'll last longer in a refrigerator because you're removing the product with the high bacteria count. So let's get some distilled water in here. Guys, I'm going to start with about a cup. 1 cup, that's all. We're going to pump this up a little bit more since we have the cup of. And what I like about that is all the bacon stuck to the bottom. It pulls that essence out. And that's flavor. Again, it's flavor. Don't be afraid of that. We're going to get this onion in here now. Okay. Again, the onion's going right on top. So, I don't know if you can see it. You have bacon, you have onion, you have distilled water. Right now, we're going to introduce dry herbs. Again, a little spicy for me, so I have a little red pepper flake, granulated garlic, of course. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't really need black pepper if I'm doing the red pepper flakes. But I do want some parsley. Okay. And last, and certainly not least, we'll probably add something else later. Last but not least, we're going to put sea salt. McCormick's coarse sea salt. I go with I start with 2 pinches. You'll taste it along the way and you'll know what you need. Over time, you just establish a feel for this stuff. You really do. Over time, you establish a feel for it. Right now, you have YouTube videos showing you how to cook certain things. Back on my time, we never even opened the cookbook. We just kind of, that's why everybody had their own unique style of cooking. Everybody perfected food, you know, and created different artistic ways of doing the food. Whereas now, people are more like just doing what they see on YouTube, you know, what others do. But what I challenge you to do is look at what I'm doing here and add to it. You might have a little trick to the trade that can improve upon this. Who knows? But use your imagination. Let your senses take over. Look at the appeal. Use your eyes. Smell the aromas. Use your sense of smell, your sense of sight. And let that guide you. Let your senses guide you with this cooking process. And the reason why I put food on this site, the Philippine Genie, is because when you do things for each other, like cook for each other, cook together, This is great at cleaning when I'm finished. These things strengthen relationships. They really do. When we do things that we both enjoy, it's great for us. It's excellent for us. So let's be clear about all of this. This is all interconnected. It is. Do something, cook something. It's not just about Netflix all the time. What time is it? Our television has been on all day. We don't just get into only watching TV. I like to read newspapers. Unfortunately, I have to read electronically. And I kind of miss the feel of having a newspaper in my hand. But electronic news, you know, I guess it's convenient. It's more accessible. Oh yeah. Do you see that fork? Do you see what's happening already, guys? We still got 20 minutes to go easily. Maybe a little more, but look at this. Do you see the presentation in these ribs? You see where we're going with this? This looks like it has the same character as traditional ribs. And guys, we still got some good stuff left to do with these puppies. We got some good stuff left yet still. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, I said start with that amount of water. This reduced a little bit too fast for me, so we're going to add some more. We're going to turn it up high. Now, I have been turning them, rotating the ribs. But I think we'll need to get them with a little more coverage. Guys, got some good news for you. The cabbage is done. Cabbage is finished. I'm just going to transfer this so that I can continue to clean as I go. So we're cleaning as we go. Cabbage is ready. Ribs are cooking. We did a fresh pot of very high quality rice. We like the good stuff. Ma, come on, it's your turn. So she's going to get me caught up with some dishes here. What a woman is all I can say. That's all I ever asked for. In a woman is what you are. That's all I ever asked for. I'm not hard to get along with. I'm not a mean person. All I ask for is to let a man be a man and then reap the benefits. What society has done with relationships breaks relationships down. That's a fact. What we're doing is we're helping to bridge that male-female gap with appropriate ways of doing things. Jess is not afraid to do woman things, and I'm not afraid to do men things. And yes, they do exist. Woman things and men things. We are not the same. We don't expect to be the same. My load is more structured around physical strength, leadership, things like that. That doesn't mean I don't cook. Here I am cooking. Doesn't mean I don't clean. I clean as I go. But we have distinctive roles that we're both comfortable with. And this conversation in and of itself gets you in trouble where I'm from in the country. One of the reasons why I'm not there right now. When you can't feel comfortable in your own environment, It's something wrong with that. But back to the ribs. I think I'm going to turn them one more time. We're going to let them go for about 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, let me give you guys a closer shot. Whoa. And hand me a fork, please. In 15 minutes, I thought I had one over here. We're going to be closing this out. Say hi, Des.
Hello. I'm cleaning the dishes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for always helping.
We are team.
Yes. But I'm Batman. You're Robin. Guys, I don't know if you can really see how easily that fork goes in. But again, we're doing it, we're getting them tender without compromising the integrity of the dish. A rib should look like a rib, not like a piece of gray boiled meat. It should have certain character to it. All right, it's at a point now where we're around the last 10 or 15 minutes. And I'm going to have to, my lid's not quite big enough, but I'm going to put a lid over this. But before I do that, you can use either oyster sauce. I introduced a little bit of, this is going to make your barbecue sauce. The last 10 minutes of simmering, you are creating the sauce. And I'm going to show you how to do that. This part is extremely important. This is extremely important, guys. I just want to make sure you can see. Let's push that down some. There we go. So you have a choice between using oyster sauce or what's the other sauce, Maha, that I used yesterday that you showed me, the Korean sauce. Oyster or, gosh, I don't see it. Sorry guys, sorry for the hold up. Oh, I see it. This is a great sauce here. This is Korean glass noodle. I use a little bit of both. So at this point in the process, I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of the Korean glass noodle sauce. And I'm going to add about 5 tablespoons of Kikkoman soy sauce. Use the good soy sauce, guys. Don't buy the cheap one. This is for your meal. Use the good soy sauce. All of this is going to have to reduce anyway. And the last thing I'm going to use is this oyster sauce. We're going to get, oh no, I'm sorry. I forgot a very important ingredient. The last ingredient after the oyster sauce, because these are honey glazed, it's honey. You need a little bit of honey. Oh, not a lot. The reason why I don't like Sweet Baby Ray's, I bought it and then I thought about it. This stuff tastes like sugar. There's no flavor in it. I know, I cannot use that. Make your own sauce. It's going to be so much better. So much flavorful and tasty. Uh, just, you know, we're going to do like 2 tablespoons of honey. Honey, can you get me the honey? Thank you, honey. A little bit of honey. We want to mix all this stuff up, so don't worry about where it's going now. I'll tell you where it's going later. This yummy is going in my tummy. Oh yeah. That's where it's going later. Oh yeah. Now we're going to turn this over again. Let that sauce do its thing. Guys, I know you're not going to really like what I'm going to tell you to add next, but you need it. It breaks down proteins. And you can barely taste it. And that's a little bit more vinegar. A little bit more. It breaks down proteins. It's a tenderizer. That's all it is. It's a natural tenderizer. Oh my goodness. Guys. All we're doing now is reducing. And we're going to the store. I'm getting mayonnaise. This meal needs potato salad. Woo! Oh my, 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 my. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. I need just a little bit more chili in this. This is a chili sauce. Odessa likes spicy too. Now, if you like spicy, as the ribs are finishing, go ahead and put a little bit of chili sauce in there. Let's bring those spices out. But I tell you, the aroma here, guys, my, all I can say. Why bother with store-bought barbecue sauce when you can have this much better product, customized to your taste? Five minutes, guys. 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, and we will be 10 minutes, and we will be back with the finished product. I'm going to take a 5-minute break here. Well, 10 minutes, and let this cook down a little further, and then I will show you the finished products. Be back soon, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. These ribs, boy, woo! That fork goes through like butter. I'm just transferring them out of this pot to put them in a more user-friendly pot for later when we eat. We don't have to reduce the sauce down to nothing. We just reduce the sauce to where we need it to be used, you know, where you can really use it and benefit from the sauce. We don't want to get it too thick though. These ribs are, look at that butter. Look at that. Guys, look at that. Look at the integrity of these ribs. You can do this at home, guys. Follow the video from start to finish. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, look at the integrity. I've seen people boil ribs down to nothing. Of course, they fall off the bone, but the flavor's not there. There's no, I mean, if that's all you're looking for is tenderness, you can boil anything until it gets tender. But we want flavor and integrity. We want the meat to have that oomph. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So, guys, oh my goodness. These extra bits and pieces, oh my goodness. This is amazing, is all I can tell you. And this sauce, forget about it. This sauce, guys, don't leave out any of the essences. Pour that stuff on over there. Look at that. Look at that, guys. You want some good ribs? Oh my goodness. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. Spare ribs. This is what I'm talking about. Spare ribs. Guys, I like the thin pieces like that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at there. Look at there. Let's turn that off. We don't need that anymore. I want to make a nice potato salad a little later. The ribs are done. Odessa was singing to me and made my eyes watery. He was singing a D.I. Warwick song. I'm going to post that too, even though we're goofy. But here's the finished product. I don't have the potato salad yet, and we got to cook fresh rice. But these are the ribs. Guys, bon appetit. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon.